everyone, I'm Karen Nadas, and this is Jarrett. Thanks, buddy. And in today's video, I wanted to do an entry in the foster care journal. This entry is going to be talking about The Fosters, the amazing TV show that started in June of 2013, while I was actually still in the foster care system. So my journey kind of parallels the TV show's journey a little bit, so I'm going to talk about that. And also, I'm going to talk about the statistics of the life of kids in foster care after they age out of foster care. Alright, let's get started. So, as I previously mentioned, the Fosters started in June of 2013. And as I mentioned in other journals, my foster care experience has not just only been in foster care. I've also been in shelters and residential treatments and all of that stuff. So, at the beginning of the Fosters run, I was actually at my last residential treatment before I would go into traditional foster care. First, actually, I want to talk about how much the Fosters has meant to me, which is actually why I wanted to make this video. But then I just wanted to do like facts, because I don't know, it's just meant so much, and no form of media has meant that much to me, and I think it's because no form of media has shown me so much of my own life and has shown me that people like me actually exist, and I think that's why the Fosters mean so much and why it's just so important. It's so cool to see these characters in this family live through things that you just don't see on TV because it's like too taboo, but they have made it not taboo. They just show you life, and it's so amazing because it happens. And for a lot of people, though, it doesn't happen, and because of that, because it doesn't happen to them, it doesn't exist for them. But the Fosters it's aired on television, and therefore it just introduced so many other people to this reality that's so real for so many other people, and it just means so much to me. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to the parallel of our journey now that I got my heart goo all over you. I'm either sorry or you're welcome, depending on how much you liked that. Okay. That's weird. Anyway. So the treatment facility I was in, the last one I was in was, long-term, was Four Oaks. I was at Four Oaks from October 2012 to August, I think it was August, or the very beginning of September. Either the end of August or the beginning of September, because I missed a few days of my senior year. So that's 2013. I remember, I don't know, I don't know. This is hard. That's okay. It's fine. I'll be fine. And then I started senior year in foster care. And then, as I've mentioned a bit, I didn't stay in that home throughout my senior year, my last year in foster care. So I was there about 6 months. I was supposed to be there until I graduated high school, but that didn't happen. And so for the rest of my time in the foster care system, I was in 3 other homes. But I was able to graduate from the school that I started because I graduated early. I finished all my credits except for one that was an online class the first half of the school year. So it was quote unquote okay that I left. And when I say okay, I just mean that it was okay for like high school and I was still able to graduate. But that goes into some of the statistics I wanted to tell you guys about. And some of these statistics vary depending on what site you go on and like where you live at. But this is the National Foster Care Institute, and I will put the link in the description below. Okay, so here are some statistics, and they're kind of sad, but they're real, so let me show them to you, or tell them to you. More than 23,000 children will age out of the U.S. foster care system every year. After reaching the age of 18, 20% of the children who are in foster care will become instantly homeless. 20% of 23,000. Let's ask Siri how much that is, because my brain doesn't want to do that. Siri, what's 20% of 23,000?
It's 4,600.
4,600 kids will become instantly homeless when they age out of the foster care system. For small towns, that's whole towns, guys. Okay, let's continue. Only 1 out of every 2 foster kids who age out of the system will have some form of gainful employment by the age of 24. That's 24. That's 6 years. What do you think they've been doing from 18 to 24? Just like dying. Anyway, there is less than a 3% chance for children who have aged out of foster care to earn a college degree at any point in their life. 7 out of 10 girls who age out of the foster care system will become pregnant before the age of 21. The percentage of children who age out of the foster care system and still suffer from the direct effects of PTSD is 25%. Tens of thousands of children in the foster care system were taken away from their parents after extreme abuse. 8% of the total child population of the United States is represented by reports of abuse that are given to authorities in the United States annually. In 2015, more than 20,000 young people whom states failed to reunite with their families or place in permanent homes. So that means that they don't have homes. So in the foster care system, they're still in the foster care systems because they don't have families and they're not in permanent homes. Permanent homes means adoption or their family relatives took them in. In the U.S., this is a huge number. All right. 397,122 children are living without permanent families in the foster care system. I'm going to skim now. Probably should have been doing that, but I think all of these are important, but there's a lot. There's 51 of them. So if you want to see all the statistics, then again, click on the link that I'll put in the description. Nearly 60% of young men who age out of the foster care system are illegally emancipated have been committed of a crime. About 1 in 4 kids who age out of the system will not graduate from high school or be able to pass their GED. 5.1% of foster children have been the victim of sustained child abuse, will become the victim of abuse again in 6 months. And I like this one. Foster kids aren't always placed in foster homes. Despite the promises of our foster care system, as of 2012, more than 58,000 children in the foster care system were placed in institutions or group homes. 1 out of every 2 kids who age out of the system will develop a substance dependence. 33% of children had changed elementary schools 5 or more times, causing them to fall behind academically and lose friends that they had made in the process. Kids who are taken out of violent homes not only face the struggle of missing their parents and living in a strained environment, but there may be PTSD and other mental health issues as well. Foster kids will blow out of homes because the tools aren't in place to help them cope, and there isn't enough patience within the foster family to allow for the natural grieving process to take place. When parents, foster families, and the system at large fail these kids and they age out of the system, is it any wonder why so many struggle to make their way in the world? I'm going to share with you guys the next article. It's called "For Foster Care Kids, College Degrees Are Elusive." And this will also be in the description below. It's going to be the HuffingtonPost.com one. Okay, so one review of multiple studies estimated that approximately 20% of foster care youth who graduate from high school attend college, compared with the 60% of high school graduates overall. And foster care youth who make it to college are much more likely to drop out before earning a degree, even compared with first-generation college students. Many foster kids have moved from high school to high school, aren't academically prepared for the rigors of college, and have to play catch-up with remedial classes, expending their time in school. Many of them don't know about the federal financial aid they might qualify for, and struggle to find stable housing. Even students who come from families of limited means have advantages that foster kids don't. For example, a student who can't drive his car to class because his tires are shot may be able to get a ride from his parents, even if they can't afford to give him $300 to buy new tires. Foster kids don't have that kind of support. Those are just some of the highlights I wanted to highlight, I guess. Some of my highlights. You guys might find different ones, so I definitely recommend looking at those articles. But that's me. I don't know. I was when I was watching the Fosters. The reason why I like the Fosters is like right now is because they just did their season finale, and this series is over after 3 more episodes. They are going to do a spin-off with Callie and Mariana, but the Fosters will be over after 3 more episodes, which airs June 4th. But Callie was talking to Lena and Steph. If you aren't familiar with the show, Lena and Steph are the Fosters. Adam Foster, they're the parents of the foster kids and the now adopted kids. And just watch it. It's great. Anyway, Callie, she was talking to them, and because she was graduating high school, which again is so 50% of us don't, depending on the article you read. The majority of us don't even graduate high school. A lot of us go to prison. 7 out of 10 girls are pregnant by 21. 6 out of 10 males have been incarcerated for some reason. But she was looking at her parents, and she was talking about how when she first joined their family that they said that she wasn't disposable, and how much that meant that they told her that, but how much more it meant that they just showed her that with their love. And that's what inspired me to look at the statistics and stuff. And another highlight throughout the episode was when Brandon and Callie are graduating. Sorry if I'm spoiling this for you guys, I'm a jerk. And Lena was saying, because she's the principal, I'm just spoiling everything, I'm sorry. Lena, in her speech, was, it doesn't matter where you come from, it matters where you belong. And that's the theme song, but it just meant so much, and that's when I just started crying and bawling and just realizing that when the Fosters started, I was living a lot of that, and it just means so much that I just had this show. It means so much. And also I also wanted, sorry, this is a mess, I'm emotional. Anyway, I wanted to talk more about college and foster kids in college, and how kids can move to 5 different elementary schools. And I was one of those kids too, but that was more because we were really poor. I wasn't yet in the system. And how they just don't have the education to go to college because they might have the high school diploma, but we moved around so much that we have so many gaps in our education. Yeah, so I just wanted to talk about the Fosters and how it means so much to me, and share some statistics with you guys, and share a little bit of the parallel. And it just meant so much to me, so thank you, Fosters. And I'm sorry if this was a little bit of a mess, guys. I hope I got some stuff there. I hope you could hear me. I feel like I was a little more mumbly than usual. I'm sorry. The reason I want to have this channel is to share my heart with you guys and my emotion, but sometimes it's not solid yet. So hopefully you got a little bit of that, and it wasn't just me feeling. So inside, hopefully I was able to articulate it to you guys. Yeah. And as always, I hope that if you can relate and you have lived similar to this, that you can feel like you're not alone, because you're not. you're here and we're here with you. There are others like you. And if you can't relate, then hopefully your views got broadened a little bit. And if you know anyone in your life who has went through this and can relate, hopefully you can understand just a little bit better. Alright, well, it's good to know you, and I'm going to say goodbye from J and K. Bye, guys. Are you licking my hands? You're so sweet. Okay, now, bye, guys. Stop being cute. We have to end this. Bye, guys.